Ukraine continues to cause irreparable damage to the Russian Federation's energy infrastructure, and the pace is accelerating. Russians are already facing gasoline shortages at gas stations and reduced exports of certain fuels. According to The Economist, Benedict George, head of European petroleum product pricing at Argus Media, noted that diesel exports have fallen by 30% compared to last year and are at their lowest level since 2020. This has ultimately led to a sharp rise in wholesale prices, as Russia is the second largest diesel exporter in the world. According to an analysis of open sources, in 2023, oil product exports from Russia amounted to $52.1 billion. Oil pumping stations and storage facilities suffered significant damage from Ukrainian strikes, including a massive attack in mid-September on Primorsk, Russia's largest oil transshipment port on the Baltic Sea. However, according to Sergei Vakulenko of the Carnegie Eurasia Center, such facilities are difficult to permanently damage, and there are no signs yet of a reduction in Russian oil exports. The Ukrainians are on the rise. The Russians have a problem. They can't stop it, and the Ukrainians have no reason to slow down, says British strategist Sir Lawrence Freedman. Part of the problem the Russians face is the sheer number of targets, the vast territory, and the weakening of Russian air defenses after more than 3 years of war. The disposable attack drones used by the Ukrainians fly relatively slowly and carry warheads weighing only 60 to 120 kilograms, but they can fly long distances and are accurate enough to cause serious damage. Around 60% of deep strikes on Russian territory are carried out by Ukrainian Firepoint FP-1 drones, which, with a smaller payload, can reach targets 1,500 kilometers away within Russia and are equipped with sophisticated software resistant to electronic warfare. According to Elena Kryzanovskaya, an expert on Ukrainian weapons systems, FP-1s cost only about $55,000 and are produced at a rate of over 100 per day. Ukraine also uses heavier and more expensive Lyuty drones, which have a range of 2,000 kilometers and a machine vision system for guidance. There are also reports that FP-5 Flamingo cruise missiles have entered service. They are much faster than drones, fly just 50 meters above the ground, have a range of over 3,000 kilometers, and possess enormous striking power thanks to a 1,150 kilogram warhead. Firepoint uses repurposed Soviet-era turbofan engines to produce the FP-5, and its carbon fiber fuselage can be manufactured in just 6 hours. Firepoint currently produces 2 to 3 FP-5s per day, but that number is expected to increase to 7 by the end of this month. Each cruise missile costs approximately $500,000. Coordinated Ukrainian drone attacks on oil refineries and other parts of Russia's fuel distribution system began in August, and the number of strikes has increased from 2 or 3 per week to 4 or 5. In the Lyman direction, Ukrainian air, drone and heavy tube artillery are systematically cutting crosses and destroying reserves before they can mass. Now those interdictions are causing Russian logistics to collapse. As bridging efforts stall under repeated strikes, supply columns fragment and armored groups lose the sustainment and momentum they would need to close on Lyman. Russian commanders appear to be preparing a classic combined assault, hoping to rush into the outskirts of the town, establish a foothold, and allow infiltration groups to spread behind Ukrainian lines, Euromaidan Press media outlet reports. To accomplish this, large armored formations are already moving into staging areas. Russian engineer detachments work tirelessly to build pontoon crossings over the Zerabets River, and supplies are readied for the urban battle to begin. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainians spotted this sudden large-scale activity already from the start and are working to put a deliberate stop to the Russian master plan. Geolocated footage shows an airstrike recently striking a crossing that engineers were preparing over the Zerabets River near Balka-Zuravka. Ukrainian airstrikes continuing to destroy Russian bridging efforts, each strike using 2 bombs to double the damage and ensure successful strikes, setting back Russian preparation days, if not weeks, till new equipment can arrive. Simultaneously, Ukrainian FPV drone operators are striking Russian tanks as they are moving up their remaining reserves all the way near the front line, most notably scoring a confirmed hit on the modern T-90M ProRiv tank near the village of Terny. Unfortunately for the Russians, Ukrainian reinforcements have strengthened their positions as a new tube artillery brigade recently augmented the 3rd Army Corps. Euromaidan Press says, the 52nd Separate Artillery Brigade, created and publicized through volunteer fundraising and unit announcements, has been added. Notably, this unit sports domestically produced Bodana self-propelled artillery systems alongside other 152 to 155 mm tube artillery. This addition places significantly more sustained firepower directly to the Lyman sector, able to engage river approaches, road nodes, and staging areas repeatedly and accurately while moving away before being hit by Russian counter-battery strikes. Since the reinforcements arrived, Ukrainian artillery has been busy, as multiple shows of complete fire control confirm coordinated tube artillery missions against Russian ground lines of communication, bridging works, and rear area reserves. The combined effect is immediate, as even Russian engineers cannot construct crossings under sustained Ukrainian artillery fire, and Russian reserve armor is eliminated or dispersed before it can mass. Operationally, this shifts the dynamics in 2 decisive ways. Firstly, the range and volume of Ukrainian tube artillery now cover the full depth of Russian crossing sites, meaning Ukrainians no longer rely solely on air or FPV strikes to stop Russian bridge building and assault preparations. Euromaidan Press says. Secondly, the detection to engagement chain has drastically shortened as Ukrainian reconnaissance drones spot crossing works or vehicle concentrations several kilometers back, and the new plentiful artillery crews deliver devastating fire, while follow-up drones or artillery strikes exploit the damage and finish off what remains. The result is that the large armored thrust planned by the Russians to reach Lyman is being disassembled in stages before they can even consider launching the attack. Those Russian bridging assets will be forced to choose between finishing crossings under constant fire or trying dispersed and nocturnal methods that sacrifice the tempo and cohesion needed for a rapid breakthrough.